that are in parliament. I believe some of them have done something by laws that have been created, laws that have been coming up for the labor movements and for different labor movements. We are so grateful for them. But still, we have some weaknesses that they have not yet worked on. For example, we have issues related to, we want all these labor movements to move down to the grassroots. All the labor movements to have leadership up to the grassroots. We are having labor movements in times of elections, but not labor movements in the times where elections are done. Labor movements end only during the period of elections, and they forget that labor movements continue. It is a continual thing. If there are nurses continue up to the end of this universe. If there are teachers, then teachers need help until the end of this universe. So the issue that we have here most.
To that question, I think they have performed, though there were not, some issues were not settled, especially on the side of salary disparities. That one, most workers are not happy. But because there were few in parliament, I think, and they did not agree on one issue. Next time, I think it is going to favor the workers. Now that we are going to vote for strong tech members, I know come this other years coming, workers.
Wajega Sam, Secretary General of Dhaka District. We elected some members, 5 of them, and I can say they have performed, because there are some policies which they have passed, like the policy of councillors in the district. 2 councillors were not there. They passed that one. They have passed the policies on work in factories, so that if there's any problem, they are compensated. They have worked. More so, Anita. That one is, she has performed very well. That one has performed very well. Agnes Kunehira, she has performed well. Then Wakajala has also performed well. Yeah.
We are happy to have listened to the Honorable Wakajala, who has been nominated unopposed to go for the SEC position for workers. He has stood out as the godfather of the Workers' League as we speak today, in NRM and also in the country. The achievements he has so far given us are many. The Labour College of East Africa is one, where workers are now getting education. We have also heard about the NSSF board. We have also seen that in every district, the workers are now empowered. He has shown and demonstrated that workers are a big force in this country. And also the candidates, to that we say he is our godfather and he should go on and on representing us. We also we have listened to the other candidates who are new. We believe that they have good manifestos. But do they have the capacity to learn from the Rwakajaras, the Bakabulindis, who have now since said...
We are being represented at district level. We have a female and a male councillor representing workers, like other interest groups. But this time, we want even to be represented at the municipality, at the division level, and at the sub-county level, like other interest groups, the way they are represented. Enough is enough. The party, the government must recognize this and allow workers to be represented at different administrative units. Change the workers' leagues and have projects that can help workers that are involved in leagues, that are in the NRM party, that they should have projects that can help them in transforming their lives. Workers' leagues must be involved in district decision making, We must be involved in all activities of this country. We must be involved in participating on how our party is run. We want this time, as a party, these leagues to be very active. So once I'm in the SEC now, I will demand and request the party leadership to have projects, to have income generating projects for the party so that we can look after workers' leagues.
The councillor representing the male workers in the Yam districts. I'm aspiring to be the regional vice chairperson Workers League, Northern Uganda. My appeal to everyone who is here in these regions, there are lots of things as workers that we need. We have not been visible. And this is a time that I think we must be visible. We must be visible to the country. One of the things is we must have workers' funds. We must have coordination centers in regional centers. We must have appointments from the government. We must have trainings. All these opportunities is needed. The workers collect money and we don't have the funds. So I'm requesting and I'm humbly begging the entire country, because this position, everyone from every district has to vote who are in Workers' League. So I'm asking people in the Workers' League, please vote for Easy Bus, for regional vice chairperson, Northern Uganda.
When I went in the office, there was a problem of NSSF. There was people who were destroying NSSF, and there was going to be no money for the workers. As a leader, I appointed some of the leaders, and Rameza was one of them, to go and rebrand NSSF. By then, NSSF had only 1.4 trillion. We pushed for workers' representation on the board, and that's why my sister there is now on the board. We now have 5 representatives on NSSF. That means the NSSF now has over 21 trillion, and that was my effort. Because I pushed in somebody who went there and did a good work. I'm giving you another scenario. The first salary increment for the teachers who are here will agree with me that it was me and Honorable Kadam who made His Excellency the President, and that salary was given.
My name is Katumwesie Juliana, contesting for the position of National Treasurer Workers League. I'm a treasurer, Women Committee, no 2. I'm a treasurer, Bushenyi District Workers League. My expectations and what I'm going to do for workers, what workers should expect from Juliana as their national treasurer. First of all, transparency and accountability. Those are my 2 first points which I'm going to work on. As workers, we have been given money from mobilization. We used to be given money, but we were not getting anything. So I promise that when I go there, I'm going to make sure that workers, they are heard, they get that money. Another thing, we make circles for workers, because workers, they have to be heard, like any other leagues in Uganda.
Effective representation. Because I've been a league member and we have been left behind. It's now that we have hope that since we have a chairman said from the league, we hope that we shall get a budget which can help us to go for trainings to understand NRM structure. That is number 1. Number 2, there is lobbying and advocacy. Members in this hall, if you have heard about salary increment for the nurses of this country and the midwives, I was on front line to make sure that the salaries of this country, the nurses who care for you,
that is deep down in the village, but is working for the, as a civil servant, is able to access when he or she has issues. And then our job security and protection as workers, even our rights. What about workers who are in the informal sector? They should be protected. We have those that are employed today and tomorrow their contracts are terminated. We have those that do not work with even contracts. You're not sure of what your future holds. These are people who have health issues, who have education to cater for their children and their families, and nobody cares about them. We want each and every office that works for the workers to be fully active. In fact, we have labor officers in each and every district. They do not move around to check in those different sectors, whether private or government, to see whether the workers there are safe. And yet, even in the Employment Act, we have that act where they give them power to go and check. We have factories. We in Northern also have factories. But when you go to those factories, we find our brothers and sisters working without safety gears. They are not paying salary time. Some of them are terminated without salaries, and nobody cares about them. Today I stand to build a Uganda together with Honorable and others.
Oli mukulembeze, especially mu structure yaffe ekibiina, tuba tulina kukolera, tulina okunga abantu ab'e NRM. Bawa ab'e NRM ki? Akalulu. Era kati ngaffe aba NRM workers, tulina okunoonya abakozi abakola mu factory, abakolawa, tubakunge balabe ekibiina kyaffe ky'NRM kiwe ki? Obuyinza. Era abantu tebakungira ffe kanti bafulaga bearers biki ne president mwennyini bamunoonyeze eki? Kyevudola mbagambye nga mbadde mu njogera yange nga njogera ne ba candidates ne ba delegates banga balina okumpa akalulu. Mbagambye nti nno tuludde mabega. President ayagala middle income edde mu bantu bonna. Ne middle income aligezaako ne PDM kuva ku miruka, myoga, olira. Anaye nga nti bano abakozi, ate nga bali abakozi bamanyiddwa nti baki? Be bantu abeesimbu. Benga nti buli region atulise ekoleyo saako. Buli region omukaaga ze mbabalire zikoleyo ki? Basobole okunga abantu abali mu region ezo. Mu region eyo. President agiteeke mu ssente, abantu abo babe nga basobola okwewola nga bawewola ku PDM, bakole ki nabo bakulaakulane. Tusobole okufuna middle income nga abantu bano abakozi kubanga bo bamanyi ki kye bagenda okukola. Siga nti agwa bugukya naye omukozi yenna amanyi. Waliwo bano abatunda ennyaanya mu katale bonna bakozi.
NRM oye! 7 oye! I think these were big people. We could not stop them, but let me explain. May God bless you. I request you that you be my ambassadors in your respective districts, because all delegates will vote for me in your district. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Uganda region. For these all delegates in your district that are going to now to Kororo, 40 Magaru, John, Vice Chairpersons, what are you waiting? These ones are very important people. They are going to be my vice, that are going to be vice of different regions. And immediately, please give the microphone, introduce yourself, the region, mention points that you want to do for the
of NRM. Because when you stand on a candidate of NRM, what you have to put forward first is the manifesto of NRM. But as just as an individual, I'll make sure that also do what I can do as a member of parliament in my own capacity. I have only 4 strategic positions. 1.
Thank you very much for blessing us today and coming here. I want to recognize my fellow candidates. I respect all of you. And
I'm a cadre and a professional marketeer. I have a bachelor in marketing, and then I also have a diploma in industrial relations. Thank you so much. Easy, you say, boss, easy, easy, Obama, 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 Obama.